In this Elementor review, I'm going to show you everything you need to know about this WordPress plugin. If you have any questions, please comment them below, and I'll also leave a discounted link so you can always get your money's worth for Elementor. With Elementor, you can build landing pages, e-commerce stores, or even full-blown websites. So the first thing you need to do is download and install the Elementor plugin into your WordPress page. Then once we go over to Pages and go on Add New, we see we have the option of editing with Elementor. If we click onto there, and this takes us over to this page. So as you can see, we've got loads of elements on the left-hand side. We can drag them into there, or we can also click on the plus and select our structure. So first, I'm going to drag in a heading, and we can just add our heading text into here, or you can also type it into there if you prefer. We can also paste a URL. We can set the size, so we could go small, large, extra large. We can set the HTML tag, and we can also set the alignment. Next to that, we also have the options for the style. So it's automatically set to a blue. Let's say if I wanted to make that sort of greenish, we could go on the color wheel and find the color we want. We can also adjust the typography by choosing the font. We can set the size, the weight, transform, so we could go for all uppercase. We could set the style if we wanted it normal, italic, oblique, underline, overline, line through. We can also set the line height, the letter spacing, and the word spacing. We also have advanced settings where we could set the margin, padding, width, position, z-index, CSS. We could add motion effects. So there's the option for vertical scroll, horizontal scroll, transparency, blur, rotate, scale. Found on vertical scroll, we could set the speed and the viewport. And then once we go onto the page, that should activate. We can also set to apply the effects on desktop, tablet, and mobile. Also have an array of different options such as transform, background, border, mask, responsive, attributes, and custom CSS. Okay, so once we were happy with the title, we could add some more elements. So if I go on the plus there, we have the option of selecting our structure. So we go for 1 block, 2 blocks, 3 blocks. So if I go for blocks of 3, we can see we've got these little add sections. So if I click on add there, and we could say add a intersection. So one could be an image, and we could just upload an image. And next to that could be a text editor, and we could just type in there as we want. We've also got an array of different options there as well. Obviously we could put that in bold or italic. We could do lists, we can add it as a paragraph, etc. We can also add a drop cap, add columns, and set the column gap, as well as again editing the text and the text color. And we've got those advanced settings. If I just scroll down, as you can see, we have loads and loads of different elements here. So I'm just going to go through a few today. There's all kind of options like price tables, flipbox, call to action. This would all work depending on what your page is. If it was an online store, then a lot of these could come in handy, like a countdown or reviews or testimonials carousel. And if it was a blog, you might want to focus more on text or pictures. So I'm going to add my SoundCloud into this one. You could just paste in the SoundCloud link you'd like there. You can set it to an autoplay as well, so it would automatically play it. A buy button, a like button, download button, share button, comments, play counts, username, and you can set control colors. Next to there, I could also add a video. Again, you can obviously just put your own YouTube link into there. You can set the source from YouTube, Vimeo, Dailymotion, self-hosted. You can even set the start time and the end time, as well as having those video options there as well. You can obviously keep going with this and keep dragging in widgets, and you really could get the website exactly how you want it to look. There's even options such as site logo, site title, post title if you just wanted to do a separate post. And you can add your WordPress pages, calendar, or archives, etc. It is worth noting as well that you can also search the widgets if you were looking for something specific. I just typed in social in there. We've got social icons, reviews, share button, Facebook embed, and Facebook page. Next to elements, we also have global, where you can save your first global widget, and then you could add it to multiple areas. At the very bottom, we have a settings section, where you can set general settings. So you can set the title, the status, if it's a draft, pending review, private, published, a featured image. You could hide the title and set the page layout. You can also set the background. So you could go for a gradient. Set the location, second color, etc. So you could go for a gradient or a block color, etc. So as you can see with that now, we've got a gradient. It's going from sort of a greenish color to a light blue. There's also advanced settings where you can add your own custom CSS and set the scroll snap. Next to Navigator, we have History. This has got all the actions you've done, and we also have Revisions if you did have any saved revisions. Next to there, we have Responsive Mode. We can go at the top, so you could look at it as a desktop, on a tablet, or on a mobile phone. And next to that, we have Preview Changes, which will take you over to your page. As we can see, I added some animation to the text, and that's all working okay. We've got a SoundCloud there, our YouTube video, and the picture we added. When you were completely happy, you can go and publish, or you can also save it as a draft, or save it as a template. If I just go ahead and go and publish, then our page is live, and again, we can open that up on a new tab and look at our page. Now I've just gone through a couple of widgets today, but as I said earlier, there's loads of different widgets to choose from. And that's everything I'm going to go through today. So what did I think of Elementor? Elementor was a fantastic WordPress plugin. It gives you a range of tools and widgets so you can make a professional looking page. I also really loved the customization options for all the widgets. The only thing I couldn't seem to get working was the animation on the title. It worked absolutely fine on the text box, but it was just the title. However, with a little bit more time, I think I could have got this exactly how I wanted to. Elementor is definitely something I can see myself using in the future, and I definitely recommend. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time. In this feedback review, I'm going to show you everything you need to know about this feedback platform. If you have any questions, please comment them below, and I'll also leave a discounted link, so you can always get your money's worth for Feedbear. Feedbear lets you collect and manage customer feedback on a user-friendly platform. Once we've logged into Feedbear, we come over to our project area. Our ideas show in this section here, and we do have the option of ordering them by trending, most votes, recent, and most discussed, as well as by the status, all, not done, not set, done, need your opinion, planned, in progress, and not now. To add a new idea, you just come over to this new idea section here. We can title it, as it says, something short, and then in the description, you can write your idea in more detail. So just as an example, I've put in there, give customers a discount code after every order. Now there is also the option to attach images. You could click on there, drag a file in, or browse a file from your computer. So I'm going to go ahead and add that idea. And as we can see, this idea shows up here. Now we also have a discussion section, so you could add a comment or an image. If you obviously had multiple staff members on the system, then they could comment on their thoughts about it. Over to the right, we also have the status section. So I could set the status as need your opinion, planned, in progress, done, or not now. So I'm going to set that to need your opinion. We do also have the option to edit statuses. So you could click on there and you could move them around or change the colour. So say if we wanted planned to be pink, then we could change that. Once you click save on status, this will update. We also have the actions section where we have edit. Say if you'd got some feedback on it and you wanted to edit it slightly, you could edit the content or the title. We also have move to another board, and we could type into there which board we'd like to move it to. We have merge into another post. Again, you could search your posts, type that into there, and it will merge the two together. And then you could also delete it. You can also add a tag. So as it says, tags are visible only to project admins. So if I went on add tag there, you could obviously search for a tag if you already had one, or you could just type to add a new one, and then click enter there. There's also the voters section. Now obviously we've only got myself. If you had multiple people, you could search for the name in there, or you could set a new name and their email, and go on add vote. It's also worth noting that there's a view edit history section. So this would show all the versions. If you kept changing it and there was multiple versions, you can go back on here and have a look. There's also the option to revert to the older version. If we go back on the dashboard, we can see that our new idea shows here, and it's got the need your opinion status. You could vote that up by clicking on the arrow, and you can also add a comment as well. Below new idea, we have admin tools. So the first one we've got is board settings. If we click onto there, we can first set our name for this particular board. So it's automatically set to feature requests. You can also set the slug as well, page heading if necessary, and a short description. We also have the new post form customization, where you can set the intro heading, the intro text. It's automatically set to we value your feedback. You can vote for existing ideas, discuss them, or add your own. The form title placeholder, the form body placeholder, the form footer text, the form button text, and then we also have default status for new posts. So when new ideas are submitted, assign them to this status. You can obviously choose which one you wanted to go for. So for the sake of this, I'm just going to put this as in progress. You can also set it to hide ideas with not set status from users, and you can also hide the count of votes. Once you're happy there, if you go on Save Board, below Board Settings, we also have Export Ideas. Here you could export your ideas to your computer, and they will save as a CSV file. You do also have the option to import ideas, so you could upload your own CSV file, and this will drag them into the ideas section. We also have New Board, where you could create a new board, set the name, and go through those same settings. Next to boards, we also have roadmap. So as we can see, this is set out via the statuses. So we first got planned, then in progress, then need your opinion. You can order this, set it to all boards or just feature requests, or organize it by tags. You can also edit the statuses like we did earlier, or you can edit the roadmap, where you could move around the order that you wanted them to go in. And then we've also got the Add New Idea button, which again lets us create a brand new idea. Finally, we have Updates, where we could create a new entry, add a title, fill in your body, which will be news about the update, and then you could set a label, so you could go new, improved, or fixed. You can also publish this and it will publish it straight away, or you could click on the now, and you could actually schedule that. So we could schedule that for the 1st of September, go ahead, and go on schedule. As we can see, that shows in the scheduled area, and we've got 0 drafts. And that's just about everything. So what did I think of Feedbear? Well, Feedbear was really easy to use. It let you create and organise multiple ideas, as well as letting co-workers give you various feedback. I also really like the updates feature, which let you announce any fixes or updates. I would definitely recommend Feedbear. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time. In this Fliki review, I'm going to show you everything you need to know about this AI. Fliki AI converts your blog articles or any text-based content into video, podcasts, or audiobooks with voiceovers in a few clicks. Once we enter into Fliki, we are greeted by the following message. Hello Daniel, welcome to Fliki, I'm Sarah, nice meeting you. Now if we click the play button, we can actually play that as audio.
Hello Daniel, welcome to Fliki.
Next to the play button, we do have a little menu where we have the option to change your voice, duplicate, upload our own audio file, or download. Let's just see what happens if we change the voice. So on the voice selection menu, we have a wide array of different voices. We can obviously set the language, we can select the dialect, so we could go United Kingdom, we can set the gender, and we can also set the voice style. There's loads of options here, angry, cheerful, excited, friendly, and so on. Some of the voices are actually children as well. Obviously in this box here, we can set our own custom message. So once you type a custom message into there, if you highlight it, you also have a few more options there. From emphasize, where you can select strong, moderate, reduced, or none. We also have the tune option, where we can change the rate, pitch, volume, or clear. We can also add a pause, or change the pronunciation. Let's just listen to this. I've also changed the voice to Brian.
My name is Daniel and this is my review.
If we click on the plus button there, that will bring up another box where we can put more text. We do have the options to move this one up to the top, change the voice for this particular section, duplicate, upload audio file, and download. In the top right corner, we do have the option for background music. If we click onto there, we can actually upload our own music file. Next to background music is pronunciation map. Then we can manage the pronunciation of certain words. This will work well for obviously names and acronyms. Below scripts, we have the video section. If we just click onto there. So obviously at the moment this folder is empty, but we can create a new folder, a new video, and they do have a tutorial to help us with that. If we go ahead and click on new folder, you can obviously set the name of your custom folder, click create, and now we have a set folder for our videos. If we go ahead and go to new video, we can first enter the title for our video, and then we can select the size. So we can choose from either square, which is for social medias like Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn post, portrait, that'll be for like reels, so Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook stories, or landscape, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn posts. I'm going to go for square. We then have the option to enable a fade effect between sections and add subtitles within the video. I'm going to tick that. You can then choose your font size. I'm going to go for large. On the right hand side it shows a preview as well. I'm going to put it at the bottom, and then you can also select a font. Then if you go ahead and click save, and now we can start writing for our video. Once you've entered your writing, if we click onto image, we can select an image or we can upload our own. I'm just going to go ahead and select one. We then of course have those same options where we can change the voice, change image video, duplicate, upload audio file, or download. I'm going to go ahead and change the voice. And then once you click on the add new section, we can add more text and another image or video. Once we've put in our text and we're happy with our video, we have the option to preview, export, or if we click on more, we can edit video, edit the pronunciation, or change the background music. I'm going to go ahead and go on preview. This will just generate a low resolution preview. And now we can view our video.
Hello, my name is Daniel. And this is my Fliki review.
And there we have it. To download the high resolution version, you would obviously just go on export. If we go down from videos to podcasts, again this section at the moment is obviously empty, but if we just go ahead and go to new show, we can enter our podcast title, add a short description, and select a category. You also have the option of picking a cover image, and then you can obviously tick or untick published. I'm going to tick that, and then if we save. So now we've created our show, we can create a new episode. Enter in your episode title, pick a cover image, and you can also tick if it had explicit content. Click on save, and again, we can start writing. We have the same options in the menu there, and also the add new section button. Once you've put in your text, you can click the play audio button, and don't forget we do have these options here, for example, tune, add pause, and pronounce. If I just wanted to change the tune of that, I can click on there. Let's say I want to change the rate so it goes a little bit slower.
Hello, I'm Daniel, and welcome to my podcast.
And we can see it's a lot slower there. If I also wanted to add some background music, I could just go and choose music file. Now you do have the option of uploading your own, or you can choose from a stock library. So if I just go for this one, and then once we click play at the bottom, we can hear that there'll be background music behind it.
Hello, I'm Daniel, and welcome to my podcast.
And there we go. Finally, below podcasts, we have audiobooks. So if we click onto there, we first need to create a new book, enter a title, the author, the description, and pick your cover image. Once you're happy, press save. Then we'll go on new chapter and start writing. As always, we have those same menu options there, and the option to add a section. And if we highlight the text, we get the option for tune, add pause, and pronunciation. So say if I wanted to add a pause in between my and book, I could just highlight that selection there, click on add pause, and then I can enter the pause time in seconds. And then if we play it,
Welcome to my book.
there we go. We do have the options at the top there to edit chapter, where we can enter our chapter name, add background music, and change the pronunciation. Once we go back into these sections, we will see what we've created will appear here. So in scripts, we've got our first script, videos, we've got our folder with our video in there, podcasts, we've got Daniel's reviews, and audiobook. So what did I think of Fliki AI? I thought it was fantastic. It was very simple to use and it had a massive selection of voices where you could actually select the language and the dialect. I really like how you could also customize the speed and the pitch. Another great feature was the ability to add music in the background. That was also really cool. I would definitely recommend Fliki and I could see it being used a lot in the future for sure. Thank you very much and I'll see you next time. In this Google Maps Scraper review, I'm going to show you everything you need to know about this app. If you have any questions, please comment them below, and I'll also leave a discounted link so you can always get your money's worth for Google Maps Scraper. Google Maps Scraper allows exporting business contacts from Google Maps into a file via Outscraper. Once we've logged in to Google Maps Scraper, we come over to this section here where we can scrape the data. First, it asks us to input our categories, so this would depend on what you're looking for, whether that's local businesses or restaurants or bars. So I'm just going to add a few categories there. So I've added bar, restaurant, hotel and spa. There is also the option to check out all categories, and this takes you over to another page which has all the business categories in alphabetical order, and as we can see we have a load there. There is also the option for custom categories. If you ticked that, then you could add your own categories. Below there, we have locations. So you would first select a country. I'm just going to go for Japan and change it up a bit. Then you can select the states or areas. Obviously, once you put in a country, it's going to bring up all the cities. So you can unselect them all, or you can also hover over the city, click on the arrow, and this will bring up the districts. Below here is the total results limit. So it's automatically set to 0, which works as unlimited. If you wanted to set a limit, so I'm going to go for 100, then you could just type that in there. We also have the option to drop duplicates. Below here, we can enrich results by other services, add email, social media, more phones, legal name, etc. We also have some advanced parameters where you could set the language, you could add a filter so it could ignore certain results. We can set the places per one query search and columns to return. We then have other parameters where you can set the result extension. You can choose from XLSX, SCV, JSON, or Parquet. And then there's also the option to add task tags. Once you're happy there, if we go ahead and click on Get Data, this will first bring up a task confirmation. It says the areas we're going to process. We've got 144 queries and also the rough estimate time. Obviously, this will depend on if you've limited the amount of queries it's going to do. I've limited it at 100. If it was set to unlimited and you selected all these places, obviously it would take a lot longer. So I'm going to go ahead and click Confirm there. And then this will just take a couple of minutes. Okay, so now that this is complete, if I go over to the task section, and as we can see, our data appears here. We've got a few categories. We've got the ID, when it was created, progress, results and usage, and tags. We also have a couple of actions which include restart the task, use as a template for the next task, schedule, or remove this task. If we click on the plus, then this will bring up the metadata. If obviously you had quite a few different tasks, you could tick them or select them all, and then you could copy them as template or something. To view our data, if we go ahead and click on the Google Maps data, this will then save this to our computer, and you can then bring this up in Excel or Numbers, or if obviously you did a CSV file, then that would work a little bit differently as well. But as we can see, this has brought up all our data. It's got an array of categories. We've got query, name, site, type, subtype, category, phone, full address, borough, street, city, postal code, US state, obviously that doesn't clarify here, country, country code, and so much more. If we keep scrolling there, we can see it gives us all the information we need. If I was looking for something specific, obviously I could use these categories. For example, if I was looking for somewhere that has a high rating, you could go over to rating. That one's got 4.8, so I can obviously get the name of that. And we've also got those array of links as well. If we click on Google Services, we can see we've got loads of different options here. We have Maps, which is the Google Maps data scraper, which we've just used. Below this, we also have Maps Reviews. Here is where you could scrape the amount of reviews from places on Google Maps. You can put in your queries, which can be category, city or zip code, country, links, Google or places ID, or you can upload a file. You can sort it by most relevant, newest, highest rating, or lowest rating, reviews limit per one place, places per one query search, and skip, as well as having those advanced parameters and other parameters. Below there, we have maps by website. This allows you to find places via domains, so you could obviously enter domain name or website there, or again, upload a file. Below that, we have contributor reviews. This extracts contributor reviews from Google Maps. You could add your contributor ID, contributor URLs, or again, upload a file. We have Maps Photos. This scrapes photos from places on Google Maps. Again, we've got that same Queries tab, or the option to upload a file, as well as setting your limit, or places per one query search. We have Play Reviews. So this is scraping reviews from Google Play, the Google Play Store. So you can search for apps, movies, books, links, or IDs. You can obviously enter the link in there, or upload a file. Choose how you want to sort it, and limit the query amount. We also have Shopping Reviews, scraping reviews from Google Shopping. We have Traffic, which allows scraping directions between 2 points on Google Maps. So you could obviously do your starting location and your stopping location, the time frame, and the time interval, and then that will get you data on traffic. We have Search, which returns search results from Google. So if you were looking for something specific, you could add this into here. Set the page per limit, language, region, and there's an optional UULE. We have Search Images, which does similar, but is obviously searching for image results. Search News, again, similar, but searching for news related to the topic you enter into there. Search Videos. And finally, we have Shopping Search. As well as Google services, it does also have Amazon services, where if we click on products, this will scrape product listings from Amazon. So you could add in Amazon products into here, or summary pages URLs. You could also upload a file, and again, limit per one query, set the domain, and delivery postcode. You can also do the same thing with Amazon reviews as well. We also have some general settings, including billing information, invoices, API docs, API usage history, integrations, where you could integrate Zapier or HubSpot, help, and pricing. And that's round about everything. So what did I think of Google Maps Scraper? Outscraper was a fantastic application. It was quick and easy to do and had a whole range of categories and filter options. I also really like how it wasn't just limited to Google Maps. You could also scrape data from Google Play or even Amazon. I would definitely recommend Google Maps Scraper. Thanks very much, and I'll see you next time. In this Hoppy Copy review, I'm going to show you everything you need to know about this email marketing tool. If you have any questions, please comment them below, and I'll also leave a discounted link so you can always get your money's worth for Hoppy Copy. Hoppy Copy lets you write incredible email marketing copies in seconds. Once we've logged in, we come over to this Getting Started page. Here it has an intro video, which works as sort of a tutorial and talks us through all the features. First, I'm going to go over to AI Wizard. Here we have a huge range of email templates. To name a few, we have Add Copy Variant, Cold Outreach Email, Promotional Email for Contests or Giveaway, Seasonal Holiday Email, Call to Action, Social Media Post, Hashtag Generator, and YouTube Video Title. The first template I'm going to use is the promotional email for a contest or giveaway. So I'm going to go ahead and click on there. You can title it whatever you'd like. And once you're happy, click on Create Document and go. Okay, so this leads us over to the editing page. Here is where we'll fill out this form and it will then generate a unique artificial intelligence copy. So first, if you enter in the promotional type, then if you add your target audience, then if you enter the brand, product or service, the tone of the contest or giveaway, I'm going to go for luxury for this example. The prize and giveaway item, so I've gone for a luxury holiday to Bora Bora. And then if we enter the promotional details, as it says here, explain why you are running the promotion, how does it work, what will make your customers successful, how we decide who wins. Okay, so I've just put a small promotional detail in there. Then we have how to claim, and then our call to action. Then once we've filled that in, if we go ahead and go on generate copy, and then this will just process for a few moments. And then if we just scroll down, we'll see it's generated a few options below us. So the first one we've got is Bora Bora, here we come. Hey there, we are super excited to announce that we have made 10,000 sales. To celebrate this monumentous occasion, we're giving away a free luxury holiday to Bora Bora to one of our lucky followers. To be in the chance of winning, simply follow our Instagram account and keep an eye out for the announcement in 2 weeks' time. Good luck. And then it's got some bonus subject lines that we can add to. It's also generated a slightly longer email and a couple of short ones as well. We can obviously pick or choose our favourite. We do have an array of customization options as well. Obviously, we could add to this. If we click on the formatting button at the top, then we could make this bold or change the layout, etc. Also, if we liked this one, say for example, but we thought it was maybe a little bit too long, then we could shorten. It's just going to process at the bottom there. And then below us, it should have given us a shorter option. As I'm looking now, to be honest, it doesn't look like it's any shorter, so it might be worth looking into that. However, if I just test it by seeing if it will expand it, then this also seems to keep it the same. If we didn't like any of the examples, then we could go ahead and go on rewrite. And we also have the option of tone as well, if we wanted to change it from luxury to maybe relaxed. We also have a more section where we can agitate the problem, add more detail, add a call to action, write an email subject line, write preview text, write persuasive headline, write bullet points, summarize, explain it like I'm 5, and write hashtags. As well as this, we also have options to drag and move around sections of the paragraph. Once we're happy, we could either copy and paste this, or we could go back to the workspace, and in the documents section, we can see that this displays here. Now in the documents section, if you wanted this to be organized, you could go on new folder and create a new folder. And then you also have the option of just dragging that into there. If we click on there, it will bring us back over to our contest and giveaway editor. You also have the options on the document section to create a new document. Here we can give our document a name, click on create document, and this will take us back over to the editor, but without a template. So this is essentially working from scratch. Here you could create a short example. We could highlight that and go ahead and go on continue, and the AI will generate a result for us. Now you can keep generating results by clicking continue. We can obviously try and expand this and see if we can get this working. And there we can see that's been expanded absolutely fine. We could add emojis. As we can see there, it's added emojis. We could change the tone and we could go for more witty. We can see it's generated a more witty response there. Then we've also got the options for more, where we could ask it to add more detail or write an email subject line or summarize. And of course we have the formatting option where we could edit the text. That's obviously creating a document from scratch. If you go on the AI wizard, like we did earlier, we can see there's loads of different template examples. Below documents, we also have team management. We click on there, and over here we can add an email address to the team member we would like to add, set their role from member to owner, and send them an invite. Then if you wanted to add more, you could just click on add more and do the exact same. And that's pretty much everything. So what did I think of Hoppy Copy? I really enjoyed using Hoppy Copy. The AI was very intelligent and it generated some really good results. I also loved the wide selection of different templates. That being said, however, I did have some small issues. The expand and shorten options weren't working in regards to my giveaway, but then later on they worked absolutely fine. Overall, I think Hoppy Copy is a fantastic marketing tool, and I would definitely recommend. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time.